Hello class, and today we will be visiting the Lower Undead Burg area so that we can get on with the game after 2 episodes of optional areas and finally get down to the depths and eventually Blight Town and ring the second bell of awakening. So for now I'm showing you the route pretty much just to the Dragon Bridge, but for now this Crimson Waistcloth is kind of getting on my nerves. It's not all that bad and it gives us much more poise. So I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. And we look way better now. That skirt thing was getting really annoying. Anyway, if you want to skip ahead a bit, basically we're just heading back to the bridge with the dragon on it. So, yeah. I try to stay away from saying anything important here. But, yeah. So just go ahead and ignore this part. So, as you can see, this guy follows you even if he doesn't look like it when you start going up there, so you always gotta kill the people that are around you because they will follow you and that would not be nice. So anyway, here's these guys. So as you can see, their measly little pokes don't do really anything to us. And we can just double kill them, you know. Yeah, as you can see, this armor isn't really that much of a disadvantage. It's still pretty nice. And it does give us more poise, which means we can resist better, which is very important for great swords, so we don't get staggered by this guy poking us. So since there's no easy way to get up there, we're just going to ignore these guys. And just keep running. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy to dodge these guys. Their bolts are pretty slow, but if you don't choose to dodge, you won't take much damage. Anyway, yeah, backstab, 349 damage. That's a lot for this weapon. Go ahead and take a swig of your Estus and then knock out this guy so he doesn't follow you everywhere. As you can see, even just a slight sidestep there is enough to dodge most of the arrows. So yeah, let's run down into the Sunlight Rose Covenant. If you didn't, you can go under the bridge. So yeah, since we have enough souls, let's go ahead and put Point Vitality to make sure that they're equal. So yeah, let's go ahead and run out here. In case you're wondering where all of our souls went, I had to edit out a part of the video where I ran out here and then the dragon came back. So probably not the wisest idea there. I also had to edit out a section of the video where I tried to fight Havel. Turns out we're not quite strong enough yet, and he one-shotted us, so I'm just going to ignore his fight for a while now. Because we won't be really needing his ring until we get even heavier armor, like, for example, Havel said. So anyway, just go ahead and knock this guy out, and I'm going to show you the door. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. And it's on the left here. This is the door to the Lower Undead Burg. We use the basement key, and now there's a really long ladder. That's really kind of unnecessary. So down, down, down we go. It's yeah. So this is the Lower Undead Burg, but first there's a shortcut up here I want to show you guys. It's long stairs, but, well, it's a little less monotonous than a ladder. Anyway, open this door. Can you guess where we are now? Yep. Here we are, right in the Undead Burg, where there's that door that couldn't open from the other side. So these shortcuts lead off. There's a lot of shortcuts here that lead right back to the beginning of the game areas. So, that's quite nice because we can't warp yet. There's a ridiculous amount of these guys here. And as you can see, his jump completely missed us. So yeah. Let's go ahead and take the rest at this here bonfire. And then there's another part of the video where I went down and got massacred by a few of the torch-wielding guys. That guy just went in and jumped off the cliff for us. So there's more of those torch guys in the Undead Burg. I tried to fight 3 at once, which, needless to say, did not end well. Yeah, especially when they use their flurry attacks. As you can see, their shields do practically nothing, as will the shields of the enemies later in this area. so let's run down and actually start the Lower Undead Burg after 5 minutes in. Just showing shortcuts and how to get there. As you can see, even early game enemies still do some amounts of damage. So, it's wise to be on your guard when you're fighting these guys, because they can still do damage. You know, even if it's not terribly much. Let's just go ahead and get down these stairs. And start the Undead Burg area. So, there we go. So these dogs are not very nice. If they manage to hit you, you can get a bleed effect. As you can see, the meter there, down there. If it goes all the way up, you will instantly lose a large chunk of your life. And I believe the bleed effect even works through shields. So be careful of that. So yeah, get rid of this guy, and then we'll go back here. And that's where I died last time, apparently. Here's more torch dudes. So be careful when fighting these guys, because their range attacks might not seem to do much damage. When they flurry you, you're pretty much screwed. So, as you can see, you can block their attacks mostly, and the Balder Shield does have some pretty nice resistances. So, yeah. So just, generally when they look like they're about to do their flurry attack, it's a good idea to just go ahead and let them do it, but block it with your shield. Because that way they just bounce right off and they don't really keep flurrying at you. So there's a twin humanities there. It's 2 humanities at once, so it's kind of nice, I guess.
Somebody.
So this guy is a sorcerer dude. He'll sell you sorceries back at Firelink if you actually do have much intelligence at all, which we don't. We don't actually have that high of an intelligence stat, so he won't actually sell us anything. He'll just talk about stuff. So let's just go ahead and break down this barrel and loot some stuff here. It's the Sorcerer starting set along with a Catalyst.
Oh, hello. I'm fine.
So this guy will go back to Firelink. So he's actually the
Oh, hello.
he is actually the going along person, the apprentice of one of the best sorcerers in this game, Big Hat Logan. So he sells you the best sorceries in the game. Big Hat Logan does. I mean, so you might see these doors and think, well, you can open them, right? But you can't. They're opened for you. Boom. Yeah. These guys are undead thieves. To me, they kind of look like Jawas. So I'm going to call them Jawas. So the Jawas here have very low durability shields, and they're mostly made for parrying. Now, you don't need to worry about them randomly parrying you, because when they're about to parry, they show it. That's how I died one of the other times here. They parried me, and then they all just massacred me and got like critical hits and stuff. Now, as you can probably guess, there is secrets in these doors. So right up here is the Mail Breaker. I'm not entirely sure what that's for, but I'm pretty sure it's a dexterity-oriented main weapon that actually has armor piercing or something. So yeah, I guess yeah, it's a dex sword. I never really found much use for it, but it does have some pretty high crits. So the doors will be open the next time you come here, so you don't need to worry about an ambush. So here's another area with a couple Jawas and a few dogs. So yeah, these guys have bleeding knives and and they're very fast with rolling and stuff. They can parry and backstab, so it's generally wise to back off and get them when they're open. So we got the Bandit's Knife in the last encounter. It's basically the highest critical weapon, I think. It does have some really nice critical damage, so it's wise to use for a starting thief or something, which is good because they're starting weapon. So go ahead and get rid of this guy, and up here is the Thief set. There's no illusionary walls, don't worry about it. I know where they all are. This is the starting Thief set. It's pretty nice, but it's more for light rolls, and we're more for fat rolls and stuff. So I didn't speed up this boss fight because there's a specific strategy to this guy, and you kind of should be watching. So I actually died the first time here. As you can see, I probably could have used some better editing. This is the Capra Demon. As you can see, he got us, but we have enough poise. The trick is to run up the stairs, sit here, and get rid of the dogs as fast as you can. I mean, now that both of them are dead, we just wait for him to come up after us, or fall down the stairs down over there, and we just do a plunging attack. You can see we got 2 on him somehow, so half his health is gone already. So basically, this guy's pretty easy, especially if you have a heavy shield or something. You can just go ahead and block him. As you can see, we weren't quite that lucky this time. If you want to fight this guy head-on, it is entirely possible. And I'm really sorry if the music's too loud in this bit, but I'll try to emphasize my own voice a bit. So, sometimes he'll follow you up the stairs, like here, but generally, if you block his attacks, and you shouldn't have to, most of them miss anyway, he'll fall down the stairs, and you can just plunging attack him again. This is the key to the depths here, the next area of the game, Homeward Bone and Humanity. So now I'm going to go show you guys a shortcut that we can access later, that leads us right back to Firelink Shrine, so I can show you where Griggs is, and also Petrus's friends who just arrived. So these guys, this is the part where most people figure out that these guys can backstab, but corner attack. So if you were not careful and you went up and attacked that guy, you would have gotten backstabbed by the other guy, which would not have been fun. So anyway, I'll show you guys the door to the depths in the next video, because we're not actually going there this video. So up this long flight of stairs, and this guy I like to call the hardcore archer. He's just sitting there shooting you with his bow, whatever you do. This video is probably one of the shorter ones I'll be making, although the shortest is of course character creation. So yeah, I expect later videos to be longer. This one is just showcasing the Lower Undead Burg. Anyway, here's this person. I've never really actually been able to hear her voice, but she sells you moss and mosses that can cure poison and bleeding. A few special items that are very useful later, like the Purging Stone or the Transient Curse. And she also sells you some special arrows, like fire arrows and poison arrows. So this is actually a pretty nice merchant there, but we don't really have anything to buy. The most important thing to show you guys is the shortcut. So you might recognize this hallway here. Remember that gate on the other side of that hallway, on the very end, right at the beginning of Firelink Shrine, that could not be opened from this side? Here it is. So up there is the entrance to the Undead Burg, but that's not the way we're going right now. Here's the rat. So you can go ahead and kill off him with our ridiculously ranged weapon. Anyway, and here's these guys. So yeah, as you can see, they barely do any damage at all, but it's still good to be on your guard because their flurry attacks can get devastating later. So go ahead and get rid of this guy. Yeah, if you guys were looking for a longer video, just don't sweat it. The next video, I'll try to showcase pretty much all of the depths if possible, but it probably won't end up going that way. So yeah, let's just go ahead and run back to Firelink. Here's Griggs. He's got some...
Oh, hello. Great meeting you.
So he's... So here he'll talk to us about Petrus's new friends.
The 3 young clerics headed for the catacombs.
So they're going to the catacombs to seek the secret rite of kindling. So basically, if we go down there and we kill the boss of said catacombs, we get the rite of kindling, which lets us kindle bonfires up to 20 instead of 10, but it requires 2 more humanities. It's pretty nice if you have a bonfire you're using as an all-around checkpoint. Here's Petrus and his friends.
Oh, hello. My guests.
So his guests have finally arrived. So he'll be going soon. But don't worry for buying miracles from him. He'll be back.
Oh, miracle.
So let's show you guys. As you can see, we can afford all his miracles now, but we don't really have enough faith to use any of them.
Come again.
So There's this guy, he just mumbles incoherently for a while. And this guy actually has some dialogue. He's kind of annoyed that you're showing up all raggedy to see Milady or something.
You again. Don't suppose
So you can see that miracle resonance sphere thing there.
Can't very well about.
Yeah, I talked to you about those earlier, didn't I? Yeah.
Oh, we're to leave.
Anyway,
What could Rary?
so let's talk to this guy.
You are undead as well.
This girl,
We have
actually.
no time to fraternize. We must not let...
So she's an undead, actually, but she's in human form right
Did
now.
I not explain the urgency of our
So
task?
she's
Who are
really
you
got to
so
get going,
looks of you?
because kindling is important to the church to which she
Did I
belongs,
not
or something. So we're actually wearing the armor of like a paladin style person. As you could probably see at the front of the armor, it's got like holy symbols and stuff. So the snoring dude's still here. Yeah. We're finally gonna wake him up once we ring the second bell. It's gonna be great. It's a crestfallen guy, I'm pretty sure doesn't have much to say. Now my save file actually got corrupted when I got booted from online play once. I don't know why, but Lorchek has suddenly disappeared from my world. So this might not give me a chance to show you guys his quest line. I really hope it does, because that's it's a pretty important part of the game. Anyway, just go ahead and level up endurance here. Yeah, as you can see, this video is one of my shorter ones. It's actually less than 20 minutes, as my later ones have been reaching 30. So, yeah, guess I'll see you guys in the next video, which should hopefully be a little bit longer. Class is dismissed. Have a good day.